Good afternoon, Professor Sprout, fellow classmates. My name's Todd Mackey, and, this isn't your typical fireside chat. I'm definitely not President Roosevelt. I'm videotaping my responses to our disposition questions, and now if I may begin, what is the special education teacher's role in supporting learning, improving planning, and practice, while upholding professional expectations and ethics and collaboratively advancing the profession? To me, the special educator's role is to support the general education teachers and collaborate with them in order for the SPED or special education students to be successful, whether it be in a general education class or it be out in public. It seems that it all comes down to the fact of we're adapting the environment. We're actually giving them tools that they can use, and also definitely have high expectations, because as teachers, educators, paraeducators, whatever our case may be right now, we all have to have the same mentality that the students could learn and set up real expectations for their success. So having a paraeducator with them help manage the directions and instructions are given in the classroom, I think is a really positive goal. So question number 2, what disposition are you currently possess, excuse me while I itch my nose, will help you become a successful teacher? What dispositions do you need to work on before you enter the classroom as a first-year teacher? Well, my disposition that I have is empathy. I've been in a kid's situation where I felt like nobody was listening to me. I felt like I had no clue what I was doing. I would have given anything to have a paraeducator sitting right next to me. As it was, I had my father sit right next to me, and let's just say it just wasn't fun. But I definitely have to take that into consideration, as well as I've seen some of my fellow educators not have the patience, are tired of the little games per se. Some of them may need to, they don't want to teach anymore, and that's fine. But it has to boil down to you have to be specific. You can't have such wide instructions or very vague instructions for these students. One student could not read a chart or did not know what time. So the teacher that I was working with, she had taken and put pictures next to times for him, and he seemed to understand it a whole lot better. I don't know if he was happy with that, but that boils down to the parents. So it definitely empathy is the one strength I have, and the one weakness is my patience. And I tend to get caught up in the moment, and I can't do that around other teachers. I just have to remain steadfast. So, what effect could personal biases have on expectations that teachers have for their students? How could these biases affect their relationship with students and their families? Well, when a student places their trust in you, I notice that they seem happier if they can talk to somebody but their parents. Sometimes the home situation isn't as good. So we have to develop that trust. It doesn't have to be Christmas card, I'll put you on my Christmas card, anything like that. I'll have you on my social media. No, nothing like that. These kids want somebody they can look up to and lean on. And then that makes me feel good, that the fact of, I'm there for them, and, I'm firm but fair with them. I don't want them to think that, this is going to be easy. Well, as we all know, it's not going to be easy. So, but as we work on these things, and I think it helps us in the long run if we have these students for 3 or 4 years. But also, we can also be hindered. They can also be hindered due to the simple fact is, if we're talking about them in front of somebody that knows them, we have to keep that conversation to the teacher's lounge, and that's what's going to ruin that bias. That's just not going to work for it. So, thank you. I hope this answers the questions.